Hello and welcome. In this video, let us learn some new CSS properties. Okay. Now first, let me open up the web page. Okay, web page. This is our web page, and let me open the style sheet with Notepad. Okay, and then let me open the HTML file in Notepad. All right. Now let us take a case. I want to have a background color for this content. Okay, for this much I need to have a background color. Now here you can see the background is white, correct? The background color is white, and for only this much I need to have a different background color. How to do that? To do that, we can use a div tag. Div tag is an HTML tag. I did not explain this in HTML, so now I'm going to explain about it. Alright? Now, see, we have our HTML file here in Notepad of this. Okay? The tag that I will be using is, let me write it out. Okay, div tag. So division tag. Okay, and this tag is used to group elements. Okay, this tag is used to group elements. Now, even though this is used to group elements, it can be used on individual elements also. But for us, it will be helpful to group elements. All right. Now, this is an HTML tag. Okay, this is HTML tag. All right. So this is new to you. So let us wrap some codes with div tag. Okay. So what do I want to be or what content or of what content do I need to change background color of this content? Correct. This content. So I will wrap these texts in div tag. Okay, so let me do that. So here some of the most common causes include so let me start the div tag. Okay, div tag. I've started it here, and I will end it after fatigue. Okay, so where is fatigue? Fatigue is here. So after this I will end the div tag. Okay, div tag. I will save this, and I will refresh it. So when I refresh it, you cannot see any difference here, correct? You cannot see any difference here. But what I have done is, I have grouped this much. Okay, I have grouped this much, and I can change any property of this group by using division element. Okay, so let me show you how. Let me go to the style sheet. And here I will say div, because I want to change the background color of div, correct? Div or whatever is in div. So let me start this and say background color. Okay, let me change the background color. Let me go to the color palette here. Let me change it to this. I'll copy this. Okay, I'll copy the hexadecimal code, and I will say this. But it is not enough if you say this. You need to use a hash, and I will close it. All right. So let me save this, and let me go to my web page, and let me refresh it. And you can see the content which came in div tag, has this background color. Okay, the content which comes in div tag has this background color. All right. Now let me go to this index.html, and let me go to this. Okay, and let me wrap this H2 almond milk. Okay, I have almond milk here. Just to show you how it works, I'll wrap this almond milk H2 tag inside div tag. okay, inside div tag. So what did I wrap? I wrapped this, okay, inside div tag. So let me save this, and okay, I clicked on the link. So now when I refresh, you can see the almond milk h2 element has this background color, or in other words, this style is applied to this h2 tag. Where is it? Here. Okay, or in other words, whatever div tag we have, all of those will have this background color. Okay, so I do not want this, so let me delete it. I just used it to show you how it works, but just remember that as I used it on a single element, you can use div tag on single element, or you can use div tags to group multiple elements like this. Okay, so let me go here, go here and refresh. So almond milk, I did not save, I guess. Yeah, I'll save it. Okay, I'm clicking on links now. I'll refresh, and almond milk has normal background color. Alright, so let it be like this. Let me not change it now. Alright, so that is how you use div tag. Now you can change the color of this body. You can change the color of this body by using this body and this along with this. Okay, so body and opening and closing tag. So when you use this, the color of the body will be changed. So let me change background color. Alright, and let me use a mild color. Let me show you with this. Okay, let me show you with this. I'll copy it and I'll paste it here with the hash, and let me save it. Okay, I did not use, yeah, let me save it and let me refresh it. Okay, you can see the background color changes too. But this is not looking nice, so let me remove it. Alright, so this was just to show you how the code works, but I do not want anything right now because I need to explain more codes, and white background is fine with me. But you can use body. Okay, you can use body selector with the background color to change the background color of the web page. Alright, so you can experiment with this, but I am going to delete this. I'm going to delete this and save it, Control S, and refresh it to get this. Alright, next let us add a border to this. Alright, so I have already added div tags. So let me go here. And let me say border. Okay, border. And what do I want? I want to change style. Alright, border style, and I'll say dash. Okay, dash. And now if I save it, you can see we have dashed border. Okay, dashed lines here. Alright, so all the content that is in div tag will be wrapped in a border. Okay, so let me change the style of the border. Let me say solid. Okay, solid. I'm changing the style of the border now. I'll save it, I'll refresh it to get a solid border. And let me use dotted. Okay, let me use dotted. Save, and you can see I have a dotted border around the content. Okay, next, it is better to use solid, but it is up to you. Alright, next let me mention width of the border. So let me say 6 pixels. Okay, 6 pixels. So I'll save it and I will refresh it. Okay, now it is 6 pixels. So let me change it to 16 pixels to show you the difference. Let me save it and let me refresh it. Okay, I'm not, it is border, I'm sorry, not border, border 6 is this, okay, 6 is this, 16 is this, okay, 16 is this, alright. So let me use 4, I guess it is enough, 4 pixels. So let me save it and let me refresh it. So 4 is enough, alright. Next, you can change border color. Border, let me spell that right, okay, color. And let me go to palette once again and let me use this, okay, let me use this or this, okay, I'll copy this, I'll go to style sheet and I'll paste this and I'll have this, alright. Now you can see that even though I do not have this semicolon, it works, but it is a good practice to have it, okay, have it here like this. Sometimes I miss it, but even though you miss it, it works, but make sure you have it, alright. So let me save it, and let me go here and refresh to see the color change, okay. So the color has changed to the value that we have given here, or the color that we have mentioned here, okay. Now let me comment this out, alright, because I want to show you something. So I have commented this out, and now instead of mentioning these three, I can mention border and I can say solid, okay, 4px, and I'll copy this like this, alright. Yes, I'll save it and I will refresh it to get the same thing, alright. So instead of mentioning like this, style, width and color, you can mention all three values in a single line like this, and that is for border, correct. So I'm mentioning border style here, border width here, border color here, alright. So this gets you the same result as this gets you, okay. So let me change the color and show it to you. So let me have this, okay, and let me refresh it or paste it here. I've pasted it, let me save it, and let me have 6 pixels and let me have dotted, okay, dotted. Let me save it and let me refresh it. So you can see this single line got you 3 values, okay. Our border now has 3 values, dotted and of 6 pixels and of this color, okay. So this is how you use border property, alright. Next, let me save this and let me go back to initial one. You can experiment with this. Let me change it to this, let me save it, let me refresh it. So this is fine with me. Next, let me proceed to font family, alright, font family. Now font family, let me write something first and then explain you what it is, alright. I've written sans serif here, let me change it a bit and then explain you the concept. Alright, so I had only sans serif before, but now I've written Vardhana, Arial, Monaco. Alright, I've written 3. Now let me go to this and explain you the concept. So I have 3, Vardhana, Arial, Monaco and sans serif, alright. Yeah, so let me go to this. Now, this is my PC, okay, this is my PC, and I am writing the codes for my web page on this PC, alright. And on my PC, I have these fonts installed. I have these fonts installed. Now the browser may be having the font or the operating system. Okay. So now I have these three fonts on my PC. Alright. And what I'm saying is I want to use Vardhana on my web page. I'm saying I want H1 element, H2 element and paragraph. Okay. The text in the paragraph should have this font style, Vardhana. Okay. That is what I'm saying. I want this. But let me go back here. Okay. But the web page that you create will be accessed by various users from all over the world, correct? Your website will be visited by various other people from other places around the world. Now let us take a case. This is one more person, a different person who is visiting. Who is he? Who is visiting your website. Alright. Now, he doesn't have Vardhana font on his PC. Okay. He doesn't have Vardhana font on his PC. He has only Arial and Monaco. Alright. Next. This is one more person from somewhere else. He is also a visitor of your website. He doesn't have Vardhana and Arial on his computer. He has only Monaco font installed on his PC or browser. Alright. And this is someone else. Who is from a different part of the world. And he doesn't have Vardhana or Arial or Monaco installed on his PC or browser. He has some other font. Okay. Some other font. Default fonts. Okay. Now, you want your web page to have Vardhana font. But how do you show it to these people who do not have Vardhana font? And that is by using fallback system. Okay, fallback system. Now, what you mention here is use Vardhana font for H1 element, H2 element and paragraph. Okay, use Vardhana font. So whoever has Vardhana font on their PC or on their browser will be seeing the web page having Vardhana font, or the web page will come with Vardhana font. Web page in the sense H1 element, H2 element and paragraph element will come in Vardhana font. But if Vardhana font is not there, then display it in Arial. That is what you are saying here. Okay, you are saying fall back to Arial. That means if the PC doesn't have Vardhana, then see if it has Arial. If it has Arial, then show H1, H2 and P in Arial font. So this person who doesn't have Vardhana font has Arial on his PC. So H1 element, H2 element and paragraph of your web page will be in Arial when he accesses it. Okay, when he visits it. Okay, next, what you are saying is, if the visitor doesn't have Vardhana and Arial installed on his PC or browser, then show H1, H2P in Monaco font. Okay, fall back to this. So if a visitor doesn't have Vardhana and Arial but has Monaco, then H1 element, H2 element and paragraph of your web page will be in Monaco for him. Okay, and finally you are saying if none of these fonts are available, then show these in any font belonging to this family. Okay, this family. So the user who doesn't have any of these fonts installed will be seeing your web page in a font from this family. Okay, so we'll talk about the family later, do not worry about it. Alright, so that is the meaning of this. You want the visitors to see it in Vardhana, but if it is not available, then Arial. If it is not available, Monaco, then, or if all these are not available, then any font from this family. Okay, that is what you are saying. Alright, I hope you have understood. Now this is called as fallback system. Now it is better to write this in code, single quotes. Okay, there are reasons for it, do not worry about the reasons right now. It is better to write the fonts in single quotes. Alright, if you do not write it in quotes, it is fine, it is fine. But you need to write it in quotes if the font is of multiple words. Okay, like this, Times New Roman. So you know about Times New Roman, right? So this has 3 words. So if a font has 2 or 3 words, then it has to be compulsorily quoted. Alright, quoted. So let me copy this, or cut it and paste it like this. Alright, so basically what you are saying is, show it in this, if not this, if not available this, if not available this, if none of these are available, show it in any font from this family. Okay, now let me go to this. There are these 5 generic font family: serif, sans serif, monospace, cursive and fantasy. Each family has different fonts. For example, serif has these 3 fonts. Not only 3, there are many. I have listed only 3. Sans serif has these 3 fonts. Not only 3, but there are many. I have not listed out here. This has these 3. Not only these 3, many others not listed out here. Similarly, these are the fonts from this family. These are the fonts from this family. So basically here what I am saying is, sans serif is, if none of the 4 fonts are available, then show it in any fonts from this family. Okay, so Arial, Vardhana are of this family, but if they are not available, then show it in any fonts from this family. Alright, so that is what I am saying. Now difference between serif and sans serif, you can find it on internet. Alright, so go and search and find out the difference. That is a task to you. Alright, so that is what we are saying here. Okay, generally what we do is we use web safe fonts. Web safe fonts are the fonts that most of the users have installed on their PC or browser. Okay, these are some of the common web safe fonts. That means everyone across the world will have these fonts installed on their PC. Okay, installed on their PC. So generally we use these fonts, and currently the practice is to import font as a resource, okay, from Google Fonts, and then use it. Alright, so that is the practice. Now do not worry about this practice right now because you are a beginner. So try to use this method, and know it, and as you progress through your journey in a company, you can learn it. Alright, but here font family means show it in this. If this is not available, show it in this. If this is not available, show it in this. If this is not available, show it in this. If none of these are available, then show it in any font from this family. Okay, from this family. That is what I am saying. If I want to change it to this, then all I need to do is say monospace. Monospace. Show it in any font from monospace family. So it will see. It will see if these are available, and if these are available, it will show it in that. Alright, so let me save this, and let me refresh it here to show you the difference. Okay, so you can see the font has been changed. Alright, so this is how we use font family in CSS. Okay, So that's it for this video. I want you to go ahead and practice all the codes that we have learnt in this video. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.